D'Angelo, the American R&B singer and pioneer of the neo-soul sound, died at the age of 51 due to pancreatic cancer. He kept his battle with the illness private. Fans first fell in love with his music in the mid-1990s when his debut album, Brown Sugar, took the music world by storm. He followed that up with Voodoo, a record that won him a Grammy and defined a whole generation of soul music. His raspy, smooth vocals and incredible skills on the piano made him one of the most respected musicians of his time. He was in the middle of working on his fourth studio album when he passed. Rondale Moore, the American professional football wide receiver, died at the age of 25 due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police found him in his home in New Albany, Indiana. It was a devastating end for a young athlete who had shown so much promise on the field. He had recently signed a contract with the Minnesota Vikings and was preparing for the upcoming season. Before joining the Vikings, he built a reputation during his college years at Purdue, where he won major awards as a freshman and later played for the Arizona Cardinals. His passing shook the NFL community, sparking urgent discussions about mental health struggles among young professional athletes who face immense pressure in the spotlight. Sophia Hutchins, the American socialite and business executive, died at the age of 29 due to a tragic accident. She was riding an off-road vehicle in Malibu, California, when she crashed into the back of another moving vehicle. The force of the impact threw her down a steep cliff, and she died at the scene. She was widely known as the manager and close companion of Caitlyn Jenner, and she also ran the Caitlyn Jenner Foundation. On top of her work in media, she was an entrepreneur who launched her own sunscreen company, Lumisol. Caitlyn Jenner spoke on live television about the loss, holding back tears as she described how much energy and drive Sophia brought to everything she did. Brent James, the Grammy-winning American country songwriter, died at the age of 57 due to a tragic airplane crash. The small, single-engine aircraft he owned came down in a field in Franklin, North Carolina, shortly after taking off from Nashville. The crash also took the lives of his wife Melody and his stepdaughter Meryl. He was one of the most successful songwriters in Nashville, with over 500 of his songs recorded by major artists. His biggest hit, Jesus, Take the Wheel, sung by Carrie Underwood, won a Grammy in 2006 and became a modern country classic. He also wrote hits for Kenny Chesney, Jason Aldean, and Dierks Bentley, earning his place in the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2020. Underwood expressed how unfathomable the loss was, stating that his passing leaves an empty space in the country music community. Sae-ron, the South Korean actress who rose to fame as a child star, died at the age of 24 due to suicide. A friend found her inside her home in Seoul, and police later confirmed she took her own life. She started her career when she was just 9 years old, gaining widespread praise for her role in the film A Brand New Life. Over the years, she transitioned into major television roles, including the recent series Bloodhounds. However, her life became difficult after a drunk driving incident. She faced intense public scrutiny and a wave of negative online comments that severely affected her mental state. Her passing sparked massive debates in South Korea about how the media and internet users treat young celebrities, urging a shift away from relentless online harassment. Burrell, the American celebrity chef and popular Food Network television host, died at the age of 55 due to suicide. She was found dead in her Brooklyn apartment. The medical examiner later ruled her death as a suicide caused by acute intoxication from a mix of prescription medications and alcohol. She was a beloved face on television, famous for her spiky blonde hair, her sharp wit, and her role as the co-host of Worst Cooks in America. She also worked as an instructor at the Institute of Culinary Education and served as a sous chef on Iron Chef America. Just one night before her death, she had performed a stand-up comedy set at Second City in Brooklyn, exploring a new creative outlet. Her sudden passing left her fans and fellow chefs in complete shock. Lynn, the Singaporean jewelry designer and reality television star, died at the age of 52 due to a brain bleed. She suffered a skiing accident in Aspen, Colorado. She had a helmet on and originally thought she was fine, but a paramedic advised her to get a hospital scan. Doctors discovered a brain bleed, and she was airlifted to a trauma center for an emergency surgery. Sadly, she passed away a few weeks later after her husband found her unresponsive at home. She made a name for herself making bold, custom jewelry that was worn by stars like Beyoncé and Rihanna. She also gained a new wave of fans when she appeared on the Netflix show Bling Empire, New York. Rihanna posted a heartfelt tribute online, calling her a fairy godmother. Brent Hinds, the American musician and former lead guitarist for the heavy metal band Mastodon, died at the age of 51 due to a motorcycle crash. He was riding his motorcycle in Atlanta when he collided with an SUV. Investigators reported that he was traveling fast at the time of the collision. He was taken to a local hospital but died from his injuries shortly after arrival. He spent 24 years as a core member of Mastodon, helping shape their heavy, complex sound with his unique guitar work and vocals. He left the band early in the year, just months before the accident. Fellow musicians from across the rock and metal world paid tribute to his incredible talent and wild personality, and his former bandmates dedicated their next live performance to his memory. Criscilla Anderson, the American dancer, choreographer, and reality television star, died at the age of 45 due to colon cancer. She passed away after fighting the disease for 7 years. She shared her treatment journey publicly on the Netflix docuseries Country Ever After, which she starred in alongside her country singer husband, Coffee Anderson. She was first diagnosed in 2018, and though she briefly went into remission, the cancer returned as stage 4. Before her illness, she worked as a professional hip-hop dancer, performing with stars like Britney Spears and Rihanna, and choreographing for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Wayne Osmond, the American singer and founding member of the famous family group the Osmonds, died at the age of 73 due to a stroke. He was the second oldest brother in the singing group, which gained massive fame in the 1970s with hits like One Bad Apple and Down by the Lazy River. He was a multi-instrumentalist who played guitar, banjo, and drums, and he took over vocal arrangements for the group when he was young. He retired from performing due to health issues, but he remained a beloved figure to generations of music fans who grew up listening to the family. Derringer, the American rock guitarist, singer, and songwriter, died at the age of 77 due to heart failure. He had been recovering from a triple bypass heart surgery he received earlier in the year when his heart suddenly failed. He first found fame as a teenager in the 1960s with his band, the McCoys, recording the #1 hit, Hang On Sloopy. He later launched a successful solo career, writing and performing the classic rock anthem, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. Over his long career, he also played guitar with legends like Johnny and Edgar Winter, and produced hit records for Weird Al Yankovic. He is remembered by fans as one of the most talented guitarists of the classic rock era. Mickey Lee, the American reality television personality, died at the age of 35 due to cardiac arrests. Her family shared that her death came after she suffered multiple heart attacks brought on by severe complications from the flu. She had recently competed on season 27 of the popular CBS reality show Big Brother, where she quickly became a fan favorite. Viewers loved her for her genuine personality and the authentic connections she made with other house guests during her time on the screen. Her sudden passing at such a young age left the reality television community mourning. Jeannie Seely, the American country music singer and Grand Ole Opry star, died at the age of 85 due to an intestinal infection. She passed away following a series of health struggles, which included back surgeries and pneumonia earlier in the year. Known to fans as Miss Country Soul, she became famous in 1966 with her Grammy-winning song, Don't Touch Me. She was a pioneer for women in country music, becoming the first female artist to regularly host segments of the Grand Ole Opry, where she performed over 5,000 times during her 50-year membership. Tucker Jennell, the American social media influencer and popular TikTok star, died at the age of 31 due to suicide. He passed away, leaving behind millions of followers who loved his creative videos. He had built a massive online following by sharing light-hearted content and connecting with people around the world. His sudden death came as a shock to his fans. His family used the moment to encourage people to check on their loved ones and to highlight the hidden battles that many people fight behind their screens, urging anyone struggling with their mental health to reach out for support. Raul Malo, the American singer, songwriter, and lead singer of the country rock band The Mavericks, died at the age of 60 due to cancer. He had been fighting colon cancer, and later he was diagnosed with leptomeningeal disease, a rare complication where cancer spreads to the membranes around the brain. He was famous for his deep, soulful tenor voice, which helped the Mavericks win a Grammy and chart hits like All You Ever Do Is Bring Me Down. He mixed country, rock, and Latin music to create a completely unique sound. His bandmates praised him as a true musical visionary who lived life with passion and joy. Jill Sobule, the American folk pop singer and songwriter, died at the age of 66 due to a house fire. Authorities found her body inside a home in Woodbury, Minnesota, after responding to a sudden fire. She was best known for her 1995 hit single, I Kissed a Girl, and her song Supermodel, which featured on the soundtrack of the classic movie Clueless. She was highly respected for her clever, story-driven lyrics that balanced humor with deep emotion. Over her career, she released 12 albums and wrote a well-received autobiographical stage musical. She was also an outspoken advocate for social issues, using her music to discuss mental health and human rights. Victor Willis, the American singer and original lead vocalist of the disco group Village People, died at the age of 74 due to an illness. He passed away after a brief but aggressive battle with a sudden sickness. He was the main voice behind some of the biggest disco hits of the 1970s, including YMCA, Macho Man, and In the Navy, which he also co-wrote. He dressed as the policeman or naval officer in the group, becoming an iconic figure of the era. He left the band in 1980, but returned as the permanent lead singer in 2017, touring and performing for fans around the world until his final days. Gail Bowen, the Canadian mystery novelist and playwright, died at the age of 83 due to cancer. She passed away after a brief battle with the disease. She was best known as the creator of the popular Joanne Kilbourne mystery series, writing over 20 novels about the fictional detective over a 30-year career. Her work helped define Canadian crime fiction, winning her the Arthur Ellis Award and leading to a successful television movie adaptation. On top of her career as an author, she worked as an English professor and spent years mentoring emerging writers. Margaret Britton Vaughn, the American poet and songwriter, died at the age of 87 due to natural causes. She had served as the Poet Laureate of Tennessee since 1995, making her the longest-running Poet Laureate in the state's history. She published numerous poetry collections and wrote inaugural poems for several governors. She was also a talented songwriter who collaborated with her close friend, country music legend Loretta Lynn, even helped write the Grammy-nominated song Miss Being Mrs. She lived in the small town of Bell Buckle, where she opened her home to young writers seeking advice. Fans and fellow writers remembered her for her warm Southern voice and her dedication to capturing the simplicity of small-town life. Sonia Antinori, the Italian playwright, actress, and theater director, died at the age of 63 due to a long illness. She passed away after fighting a long-term sickness. She was highly respected in the European theater community, writing plays that were translated into multiple languages and performed at international festivals. She spent years teaching playwriting and acting at universities and schools across Italy, and she hosted workshops in Europe, South America, and Africa. In 2006, she founded the cultural association Malte, where she served as artistic director, focusing on site-specific theater research. Jani Wickholm, the Finnish pop and rock singer, died at age 48 due to health complications. He passed away after dealing with serious health issues for years, having been diagnosed with liver cirrhosis in 2017. He first rose to fame in Finland in 2004 when he finished as the runner-up on the first season of the reality show Finnish Idols. Before his music career, he worked as a forklift operator, but his talent quickly turned him into a household name. His debut album, Kaikki Muuttuu, topped the Finnish music charts, and he went on to release several successful albums over his career. Fans across Finland mourned his passing, remembering him as a passionate performer who fought hard through life's challenges.